esteemed Head of the Department of Anthropology, Dibrugarh University, Professor Sarit Kumar Chaudhuri sir, Dean Faculty of Science and Engineering, Dibrugarh University, Professor Arunachal Pradesh sir, Honorable Speaker of today's program and Dean of Social Sciences, Rajiv Gandhi University, Arunachal Pradesh, Professor Sarit Kumar Chaudhuri sir, esteemed Dr. Kolyan Borua sir, former Principal Nahurkotia College and a direct student of Bhagabati sir, former faculty members of the department, esteemed faculties of the allied disciplines of the university, present faculty members of this department, and we are glad that we have amongst us Madam Purnima Bhagabati, Madam Moana Bhagabati, and other esteemed members through Google Meet, and my dear students. The Department of Anthropology, Dibrugarh University is privileged to observe and organize the second Annada Charan Bhagabati Memorial Lecture to honor and commemorate the life and contribution of Professor Annada Charan Bhagabati sir towards the domain of anthropology and to the larger community of humankind as a whole, and this is an annual event. Today, we have amongst us Professor Sarit Kumar Chaudhuri sir as the distinguished speaker. And to begin with the program, I would like to invite Professor Nitul Kumar Gogoi, Head Department of Anthropology, kindly to come over the dais and take his seat. I would like to request Dr. Shyamali Gogoi, Faculty, Department of Anthropology, Dibrugarh University, kindly to felicitate sir with a traditional Assamese gamusa. Now, I would like to request Professor S.C. Kapoti sir, Dean Science and Engineering, Dibrugarh University, kindly to come over the dais and take his seat as the chairperson of today's event. And sir will be felicitated by Dr. Gitanjali Devi, Faculty, Department of Anthropology, Dibrugarh University. Now, I would like to request Professor Sarit Kumar Chaudhuri sir, the distinguished speaker of today's program and Dean Faculty of Social Sciences, Rajiv Gandhi University, Arunachal Pradesh, kindly to come over the dais and take his seat. And sir will be felicitated by Dr. Arinita Goswami, Faculty, Department of Anthropology, Dibrugarh University. And sir will be felicitated with a Assamese traditional gamusa and a memento from the Department of Anthropology, Dibrugarh University. To cherish the treasured memories of Annada Charan Bhagabati sir and to offer our prayers, now we move to lit the lamp and to offer floral tribute for the eternal peace of the soul. And for that, I would like to request the esteemed members of the dais and the esteemed members present here kindly to join us for this small gesture. Thank you. Now to move on with the program, I would like to hand over the agenda to the chairperson of today's event.
Good morning to all of you. I welcome you all to the auspicious moment. Agenda, the first item is welcome address by Professor Nitul Kumar Gogoi, HOD, Anthropology. I request him to deliver his welcome address.
A very good morning to all of you. It's a very, indeed a very good morning in the sense that for the last 2 days it's been raining, and we got some respite today because of this auspicious day. I stand here to welcome all the dignitaries and guests for this second Annada Charan Bhagabati Memorial Lecture being organized here. And this happens to be, I believe, it's the 3rd death anniversary. So we thought we would pay rightful homage to our departed teacher. We are taking this opportunity, and it's going to be an annual memorial lecture. So I'm glad that most of the invitees are here, and so I do welcome. Please come in. I do welcome Professor Sarit Kumar Chaudhuri, who is the Dean Faculty of Science and Engineering. Professor Sarit K. Chaudhuri, he is also the Dean Faculty of Social Sciences of Rajiv Gandhi University, a person who was very close to Professor Bhagabati. Professor Kakoti also, I think you met Professor Bhagabati when he was here. So we all know Professor Bhagabati here. I also welcome my senior teacher, Professor R.K. Kar, Madam Dipanjana Datta Das, Dr. Kalyan Barwa, former principal of, I keep forgetting his college, Naharkatia, right, and Dr. Manu Datta, our erstwhile colleague, and my friends and research scholars and my colleagues here. Now, I'm also glad that a galaxy of our well-wishers and acquaintance of Professor Bhagabati, they have joined online. What I could gather and guess, we have with the daughter of Professor Bhagabati, Madam Mohana Bhagabati. We have wife of Professor Bhagabati, Madam Purnima Bhagabati. Baidu, namaskar. Yes, we have with us Professor Rahim Mandal from North Bengal, former professor of North Bengal University. We welcome you, sir. We have Madam Mini Bhattacharya, although she is very near to us from Guwahati, but we hardly meet nowadays. Madam Mini Bhattacharya, you are welcome. Professor Sandgupta, our former colleague, now he's joining us from Nagpur. Oh, we have another very known person. Bhagavan Rai. Sir, namaskar. You are welcome. Okay, then we have a very young colleague from Delhi University, Avitoli Jimo. Madam Avitoli, you are also welcome. Okay. Now I won't say much about the program because we all know Professor Bhagabati. Nevertheless, he has been one of our colleagues in Dibrugarh University. He happened to be the former Vice Chancellor of Arunachal University, which is now Rajiv Gandhi University. He was, assigned a number of responsibilities in central government and also the state governments. So I think we're waiting for the best to hear, to listen in the best of the words from his granddaughter. I think instead of giving the opportunity to the chairperson, I may be allowed to announce a small biopic. Now we are going to present it, that has been compiled by Professor Bhagabati's granddaughter, Nayana. So shall we start that? And with that, I conclude my welcome address.
Annada Charan Bhagabati, scholar, anthropologist, voracious reader, nature lover, amateur ornithologist, connoisseur of food, and an avid fish lover. You were all that and more, but for me, you were my Pita Kaka. Pita to my mother, and Kaka naturally followed. My earliest memories of you were of a tall, handsome, dapper man, eagerly waiting at the airport, ready to scoop me into your arms. The happiest welcome to Guwahati, my place of birth. Coming home to Guwahati was an adventure. Picnics, safaris in Kaziranga, Manas, Shillong, Cherrapunji, Mawlyngknoong, and your ancestral home in village Bali. And of course, fun visits to our larger family was a must. But you made sure I had my share of tutoring in Sanskrit and maths, and combating my reluctance with your trademark gentle firmness. You did not suffer fools and injustice. I've been amused and awed by tales of your fiery temper when you stopped a train, overturned a rickshaw, emptied a bucket of water on someone, and faced an armed battalion shielding your beloved students. But for me, you were a huge bundle of affection and indulgence. The youngest of 4 brothers and 3 sisters, Pita Kaka was born in Sylhet, now in Bangladesh. Born of Subhadra Devi and the renowned Sanskrit scholar Honkonad Bhagabati, he spent his childhood ambling along, refusing to join school due to an intense fear of getting caned by his teacher. Homeschooled for a number of years, he could be coaxed to join school only in 6th grade, and the rest, as they say, is history. The boy who dodged teachers in formal teaching went on to ace academics and took to teaching as fish to water. I often wonder where you drew your unending enthusiasm from. Was it from your limitless quest for knowledge, even in the midst of daily chores? You often narrated that field research is the lifeblood of an anthropologist, and followed your guru Nirmal Kumar Bose's golden words. Field work is nothing but to see what everyone else has seen, and then to think what no one else has thought. Incidentally, naming Bublu Mama after this legend was thought by you only. The anthropologist in you was in action even while buying vegetables, riding in a rickshaw, and sipping tea in a roadside dhaba. At times, your non-stop chatter with strangers embarrassed my mother to no end. The numerous letters you wrote are themselves treasures of anthropology. Or did your magic energy come from my grandmother, indulging you with delicious sumptuous meals from mouth-watering pies, cakes, and narikol burfis? How else could you go marching out at the crack of dawn until you were close to 80? A couple of major ailments were no match for your giant strides. And food. How you loved food. You shopped till you dropped, loading Ma's kitchen floor with fresh produce and a variety of fish, much to her annoyance, of course. You would lick a plate clean of khar, bhat dail, horu mas bhaja, masor tenga, and a bowl of curds with your thumb and forefinger, with the same joyous relish as you would a hefty meal at god-forsaken tandoori, biryani, and pizza places that we dragged you to. But never did I hear you complain about food, not even during your ailing last months when you had worn yourself out. I loved to play with your ball pate, and quite believed the story which you often told me, that you did not make it as a big film star because you had lost your thick curly mop early on. You had a raspy voice which I thought went out of tune pretty often, but it is your voice that I miss the most, and your gay laughter, and the clickety-clack of your typewriter as you furiously hammered away at the keys with your 2 forefingers, writing at a speed which no computer could match. But do let me confess, I was quite amused at your struggles with a laptop after decades with your typewriter companion. But then again, that was you, forever ready to adapt and evolve with the times. Your friendships lasted a lifetime and stretched across generations. It was only after you left me, I think, why so many people love and respect you. Your pet, Dawn, and Odie, not friends, but many, adored you. Surely this was not because of your scholarly repute. I think of you every day. I think of you calling out to me, Putoli, extending your long arms to the back seat for me to hold during every car ride. I see your eyes light up at your favorite Bihu Jolpan. I see you meticulously slicing custard apple before your daily newspaper reading ritual in the veranda, the tiny radio belting out old Hindi film songs. They say, pictures tell a story. Pitagaka, I wanted to tell a bit of your story, but could I capture a life so large, so vivid, and so loving in just a handful of pictures? Maybe not. But then, this is just a small beginning.
That was a wonderful presentation of the biopic, and we must thank Ms. Nayana for this. Thank you once again. Now I hand it over to our chairperson.
Very well crafted and well orchestrated biopic. Thank you. Next item is first we will accept the presentations.
We are happy to announce that the first annual Annada Charan Bhagabati Memorial Lecture, which was delivered by Professor Supa, T.V. Supa, the former Vice Chancellor of Sikkim University and a professor in Northeastern Hill University. So I request our chairperson or dean to release that lecture series. The topic of this lecture was Is Specialization a Threat to Integration in Anthropology? Some Thoughts for Professional Anthropologists. It was delivered on 29th November 2021. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Very good morning. Learned gathering. HOD, today's center stage, Sarit Chaudhuri, our teachers, Professor Annada Charan, Dr. Dibrugarh, my esteemed colleagues of the department and students of the department and guests. I feel really honored to be present amongst you. So far, our sir is concerned, Annada Charan Bhagabati sir is concerned, he is a connoisseur, reader, polymath of anthropology. His students whom I met actually call him as a Renaissance person of anthropology. I met him in a public gathering, especially at the time of Assam agitation. He happened to be a very good public speaker. He speaks very laconic. His language was very lucid. I attended 2 seminars shared by Professor late A.C. Bhagabati. His sharing is fabulous. He manages the entire conference or seminar or workshop in a very critical way. He speaks very laconic, but with the laconic speech, he speaks volume. His addressing to the gathering is really good to be listened to. So far my knowledge goes, and what I have been provided about Professor A.C. Bhagabati. He graduated from Cotton College in 1956 under ZU and postgraduate from Calcutta University in 1958. Then he went to University of Auckland, New Zealand, where from he got his PhD. He served both the university, Dibrugarh University and Guwahati University. He was a founder, professor and head of anthropology, Dibrugarh University, maybe in 1976, and he carried out his job, duty, until 1985. Then he again went back to Guwahati University. He headed the department as a professor. His career is full of pinnacles. To his credit, there are splendid stint of his career and achievement. The first one is he founded the present OKD, Institute of Social Science and Development. He was the founder professor, founder of present OKD. He was deputed to Mexico for 2 years as a visiting professor of Indian Studies by ICCR. As a cultural exchange program, he visited Hungary and USSR in 1989 and 90s. There are splendid stint of A.C. Bhagabati. He presided over the anthropology section of Indian Science Congress from 1983 to 85. He was the president of Northeast Indian History Association in 1997. He was the Tagore National Fellow of Ministry of Culture, Government of India. These are several numbers of grand and splendor movement stint for Professor A.C. Bhagabati sir. He was honorary coordinator and head of the division of Northeastern Regional Center and Indira Gandhi National Center of Arts. To his credit, he has contributed more than 50 papers, research papers. He served as a vice chancellor of Arunachal, then present Rajiv Gandhi University, then Arunachal University for 5 years successfully. He received Lifetime Achievement Award given by Indira Gandhi Manav Sangrahalaya in 2019. If we observe his different stints, he is really a great scholar of anthropology. Many of his students call him as teacher A1. That is the observation of his students. He was a teacher A1, apart from being a good scholar. So this much I have to speak. I feel honored to be amongst you to share some of the findings I have got, I have received, I have been given by Dr. Nitul Gogoi. With these few words, I conclude. I hope the lecture that will be delivered by Professor Sarit Chaudhuri will enrich the domain of knowledge of anthropology. With these few words, I conclude. Thank you. Now is the time for brief introduction of the speaker by Dr. Moitri Sharma, Department of Anthropology, Dibrugarh University. I request Moitri to give introduction of our learned speaker.
Esteemed members present here, physically as well as who are present here with us virtually. We are glad that we have amongst us Professor Sarit Kumar Chaudhuri, sir, and we are glad that he had accepted our invitation to act as the speaker of this memorial program. Though he needs no introduction, but it is a formality on the part of us to give a brief bio-sketch of his contribution and achievements. Dr. Sarit Kumar Chaudhuri is currently working as the Professor of Anthropology and Dean, Faculty of Social Sciences, Rajiv Gandhi University, Arunachal Pradesh. He is the founder head of the Department of Anthropology in Rajiv Gandhi University. Earlier, he worked in Arunachal Institute of Tribal Studies, Rajiv Gandhi University, and Anthropological Survey of India in Shillong. He was the former director of Indira Gandhi Rashtriya Manav Sangrahalaya Bhopal under Ministry of Culture, Government of India for more than 5 years from 2014 to 2020. He was also a former member of think tank Ministry of Culture, Government of India, and currently nominated as the member of the Executive Council and Committee of Indira Gandhi Rashtriya Manav Sangrahalaya. During his tenure in Indira Gandhi Rashtriya Manav Sangrahalaya, Professor Chaudhuri received Rajbhasha Award, and earlier to that, he received Young Scientist Award from Indian Science Congress Association, held at Goa, and got 2 years postdoctoral fellowship at SOAS, the School of Oriental and African Studies, University of London, and collaborated with British Museum, School of Oriental and African Studies, and Rajiv Gandhi University. In 2021, the Asiatic Society, Kolkata, offered him with Panchanan Mitra Award for his contribution to anthropology. He was also honored as General Officer Commanding-in-Chief, Eastern Command Commendation Card in 2021 by the then Lieutenant General Anil Chauhan, who is currently the Chief of Defence Staff of India. He had visited various universities and institutions across the world with various academic assignments. He had published 28 books and 60 papers in various reputed journals and books. His prime research engagement and interest are the issues concerning indigenous religion, art, identity, cultural heritage, dynamics of India's northeast borderlands, and ethnographic and tribal museums. Currently, he is involved in a project sponsored by the government of Arunachal Pradesh to identify and write on the unsung heroes of Arunachal Pradesh who fought against the British colonial force, and also working in the same project, which is led by the Department of History, Rajiv Gandhi University, as nodal agency. So today he will enlighten us on a very relevant and vital topic, what an ethnographic museum can do in 21st century. Now I would like to request Professor Sarit Kumar Chaudhuri sir kindly to deliver his speech. Thank you.